Hey everyone, how's it going? Um, just sitting here. It is so cold in Southern California. It's like in the 40s, and we are not used to it. It's raining. It is cold. So I've got a fire going. We pump the heater up, and just trying to stay warm. But earlier today it was not so cold. I went on a hike, and the thing that was kind of cool about that was that I ran into two older women that were on the hike, and they were literally, I helped an old woman, an older across, across the puddle. So our connection's a little wonky, it's saying, because of probably the weather. When it rains in California, everyone loses their mind. But I was going through my database at work today, and I sent out a bunch of cards and I got them back. And I came across my adoption lawyer, Sherry, and we hadn't talked in years. And so I reached out to her. I sent her a text message. I reached out to her, and she asked me how Tuolumne was doing, and I sent her the video that we did yesterday and let her see her live. And I said to her, how grateful I was. And I was sitting there thinking about it. And I'm like, you know, I'm grateful for her, but more important than that, I'm grateful to Tuolumne's birth parents. When you adopt baby, the parents pick you. And the birth mom had had other children, 41, but the birth dad was 21 and he had not. So it was his first child and he was giving her up for adoption. And, I was 21 when I had Devin, my oldest, and I just saw the fear in his eyes. I made a decision to stay in my daughter's life, and he just made a decision to let someone else raise his daughter. And I don't think that either decision is right or wrong, obviously. And but you could see it in his eyes that it was the hardest decision he'd ever had to make. And I got to know them a little bit because they chose us. I was around them for several weeks before they gave birth, before Tuolumne was born, and a couple weeks afterwards. And I'm just really grateful that they chose us, because I have an amazing daughter. Tuolumne's amazing. She's a great little kid. And, I think that people come in and out of your life at a certain time for a reason. And I think that for sure I was there, and I'm Tuolumne's dad on purpose, is she was really sick. She needed someone like me who was going to fight for the best care and get her in the best hospital, and demand that people pay attention to her because she was so sick. At one point, people were starting to give up. And but she never gave up, and I never gave up. And now I'm just got this amazing little 10-year-old who just brings light and joy into every room that she goes into. So to Tuolumne's birth parents, I will forever be grateful for entrusting me to raise her. When you adopt a child and you have to take these classes, they tell you that you need to talk about adoption as much as possible. And from the day they're born, just talk about it and answer any questions that they have. And it's funny because I was like, well, how do you do that with a small child? And they were like any Disney movie. And like almost every single Disney movie, the child's adopted. Their parents died and somebody else raised them. And I always liken Tuolumne to the movie The Jungle Book, because I'm a bear and her other dad is the panther. But she asks questions every once in a while. Um, it's interesting. She never asks about her birth dad because she has two dads, and I don't think she's kind of gathering that yet. But she knows she should have a mom, that she was born from a mom, um, and I think I've talked about this before. Tuolumne sort of believes in reincarnation, so she talks about before she was born as a human, she was a dolphin. And so she's asked, how did she get from dolphin to her mom and then to so she's asked those type of questions. Sometimes I take her by the hospital and I've showed her like the room that her birth mother was in, and that, um, I've showed her pictures of them on social media and, just sort of answered questions that she has. And, as she gets older, I hope she gets to meet them. Tried to set it up a couple times, and I don't think the birth parents are ready for it. But they're in another state, and I would jump on a plane in a second if they asked, and so she could meet them. I don't know. I'm a public person and I don't hide, so I don't know if they'll see this or not. But next time they reach out every couple of years. Next time they reach out, I'm just going to make sure that they know how grateful I am for them. And I hope they're doing okay. And I'm doing the best I can to make sure that the decision that they made to choose me and Hugo wasn't the wrong decision. I remember being really sad when me and Hugo broke up, and one of the reasons was because I was like, man, these people chose us to be their parents and we couldn't stay together. So I remember really being really upset about that and hurt and wondering if they had maybe picked the wrong couple and feeling really guilty about that. But I don't think so. I think that, me and Hugo do a good job of raising our child together. So, better than most, especially people who stay together who aren't in love. So that's what I'm grateful for today. I'm grateful for Tuolumne's birth parents and picking us. And I think one of the biggest reasons that they picked us wasn't even because of me and Hugo, it was because of my older daughter, Devin. And when they saw her and saw what a great kid she was, I think they could see their child, their newborn baby's future. And that's why they picked us. So I'm just grateful. That's all. All right, everyone. It is freezing cold in Southern California. Try to stay warm. I will talk to you all tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.